Anyone who makes you feel like you're too much, or there's always something when you're vocalizing your needs, expressing your concerns about their actions, or just wanting to brush something over the rug if they just want to brush it under the rug and move on, act like everything's all put together, everything's kumbaya, everything's great when it's really not, is not worth being in your corner. I feel like I'm suppressed when it comes to expressing my needs, but then I also feel like I want to reach out more. And I feel like I'm hearing The Devil Doesn't Bargain by Alec Benjamin. He'll only break your heart again. It isn't worth it, darling. He's never going to change. You have to ask yourself, instead of trying to get them to shift and change or waiting for something. When I asked about the dynamic between you right now, 4 of Cups, I feel like I'm waiting for something, but I keep focusing on what hasn't come, or I keep focusing on how they haven't shown up, or I feel like I need to get real with myself and see that in effort to change them, I'm restricting myself. When I'm expressing to them the needs that I need met, or I'm upset with their actions or how they just move, or I want to get more into what they actually do, but I feel like I'm being taught to feel like there's always something. Even if you were to say, I want to go out and do more things, it's like, it's always something, I'm never enough. Like, they go into pity or like victim mentality just to, what I feel like is to shut me up. Like, I'm conditioned to feel like if I ask for something, I'm going to be on the brink of losing them, and that's not a place I want to be. So I'm starting to silence myself. No, you're not meant to. When I ask what energy you're meant to lean into, Queen of Wands, I wouldn't say fight them, but fight for yourself. Is this a treatment or behavior that you feel like if you knew you were going to get before you got into the dynamic that you would accept? I feel like there's an effort to get them to change. I'm stifling myself. I'm restricting myself. You now have to ask yourself, you have to remember that you have the power too, because I feel like they condition you to put the ball in their court, or how they show up is if you're going to have a good day, or how they come towards you. Like, they have more power, which is why they're abusing it. Because anyone who's given all the power has been conditioned to have all the power, so they can move and maneuver the dynamic the way that they want, and they have less. If you were to call in your power and be in your power right now and say, you know what, you're not meeting my needs, and I've expressed it, and you make me feel like I'm too much, you're going to understand what it's like to have nothing, for it to be too little. I'm going to pull back. You're going to stop hearing from me. They're going to try to get it out of you. And then you're going to be able to see, if you have clarity or looking with clear lens, that they always wanted you to be that way, so you needed them. They may act like it was a burden, or that anyone who's made you feel like that does not deserve to be in your corner. And I feel like now is a time for you to honor yourself and honor your own needs instead of asking someone to do it for you. That does not do it. That does not show up in that way. With illusions, be careful of drama and falseness, being deceived by appearances or people, extreme emotions and idealizing a situation, and avoiding a difficult truth. Be aware of what you are telling yourself just to keep them in your corner, because when we start to do that, we start to settle and sacrifice, and then we give it all the power. It doesn't even have to be a person. It could be a thing, to where we are afraid that our livelihood, our well-being, our happiness, our everything, like this energy or this thing that we're fixating on, don't want it to leave. We don't want it to leave because it's giving us something, and we expect that to be our only source to get it. So we go into scarcity, and then we start to settle, and then we start to go down and down and down and down. And then they have all this power. And why? You are the one who's meant to have power. It's supposed to be equal. No one's supposed to have more power than the other. We're supposed to work together. And I feel like now's the time where you're either going to wake up and see that they're not even worth your pleading, and come back into you. Because you know what happens when that happens? Oh, all of a sudden, Mr. Nonchalant wants to be Mr. Proactive, no matter how they identify. And if they don't, then you're able to see. I feel like one of the greatest lessons and greatest teachings that I've seen throughout life is, if you are afraid to vocalize something or to leave something or show up because you're afraid it's going to leave, you know deep down it will. And if that is the case, it means it's not for you, that you're holding yourself back. Because what if you did express it or start to stand in your power or be what you're meant to be, and then it got better? You know what I mean? Whatever you're holding yourself back from, because you don't want a certain outcome to unfold, you're living out that outcome as if it's unfolding even when it's not. You're keeping and then all it's doing is hurting you. I feel like they want you to step back in your power and vocalize your own needs, even if it's just to yourself, even if it's just to the universe. Do a burn letter too, get it all out, because this person, I feel like they're not listening to me. Like, I don't know if I started to get a little hazy, so it's like, I don't know if there's drinking or if there's something, because I'm seeing they're on a couch, tuned out, zoned out, and you're like, let's do something together. And they're like, ugh. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like, I want to see you. And it's like, oh, I'm busy. No. And I'm emotionally unavailable. then let them be unavailable and have nothing to tend to them. They'll wake up real quick. Four of Pentacles. I feel like now, instead of feeling like you're holding yourself back from them, it's time to hold yourself back from them. To not give to it anymore. Do not give anywhere that's not giving to you. The devil doesn't bargain. Want to break your heart again? Is it worth it, darling? Especially if you have taken them back. Or maybe you have been together for a long time. 10 of Pentacles, Hierophant. Maybe you're in a commitment, so it's easier said than done. You don't have, I'm not saying leave them. I'm saying choose yourself right now. Even if you're still together. And whatever comes of that, that was what it was meant to happen. Because it's like you're ushering into new. You'll keep going through the same thing and expecting a different result and feeling frustrated and blaming them when really it's yourself. And when we take responsibility that it's a choice, that's when the cycle ends. That's when change actually happens. It's when that dynamic will unfold in a different way. You want a different result, show up differently. You're strong enough to. Especially if I'm seeing growing up in chaos or moving a lot, feeling like I just want to have that stability and I feel like I've gained it with this person, but really it's you coming to the sense that you've had stability. So it means that stability is within you. You'll have it wherever you go. The Sun. Let yourself flourish. Let yourself thrive. Let yourself have victory. Let yourself have opulence, success, new ideas. Be moved somewhere that feels bright. It doesn't have to be dark, but when you keep looking in the same direction and it feels like it's already dark, of course it's going to feel like it's all there is. You have to shift to new. Their energy showing up as the Ace of Wands. They have a whole lot of energy for other things. No more making excuses for them. Or they have energy to argue. Or they turn things into an argument. Tell me more about this person. I'm hearing lazy in relationships. 2 of Cups, 5 of Wands. They have the energy to fight with you in your relationship. 2 of Cups is a romantic bond, a connection. Well, not just romantic, but a connection. In this case, it's romantic. 1-to-1 relationship. 5 of Wands, a fight. Looking to fight, to argue, to banter, to butt heads. Death. 7 of Swords. And you know what? They might actually trying to stall you or suppress your voice because you're right on the nose about something that isn't chill. You might have even found out or it's been a long-standing issue, or you haven't been able to move on from something that they had betrayed you about earlier on. Then you have to do yourself your due diligence and let it go. Because all they're doing is it's like you accept them back and then they're forever indebted to you, and this person did what they did in the first place, and that's showing you exactly who they are. They can't even fulfill a debt that they have, which is why you don't feel congruent keeping them in. It's like this battle, and now it's turning into this addictive cycle. I can feel the battle. Knight of Pentacles. It's like, well, we've been together so long. Okay, I feel like deep down, if you're wanting the fight to end, 2 have to be down for that. And if you look at what just came up. Page of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. If they're mean. You might be too. At the same time with the Page of Pentacles, if you're investing in yourself and that's triggering them, So you're telling me your closest confidant, who you're in a contract with if you're married, doesn't want you to be better, doesn't want you to invest in yourself, doesn't want you to see the value in things, or make your space more beautiful, or make yourself more beautiful. Queen of Pentacles doesn't want you to be independent, because deep down they need you, which is why they treat you the way that they do. So you're convinced that you need them, and it's very much the other way around. And if you're the breadwinner, oh my God, or you could be. When you invest in yourself, you would be. I would sleep on it. When life seems dry, depleted, filled with repetitive tasks, or simply stagnant and stifled, Isis, the mother of life, holds the ability to revive even the most numb, resistant, and difficult circumstances in your life. She calls to you now, seeking to bestow gifts of life upon you. Be bold and brave, open your arms and receive. I feel like you know deep down what to do. It's just a matter of trusting in yourself that you're going to be okay if you do. Attached, see, you're married. Yeah, there's a commitment here. Afraid of